More Ace Attorney! Bum, 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 bum. I need to fix my hair. I just realized that. I gotta fix my hair. Oh, hold on. Everything's turned off. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. There it was. Apologies. I was, last time I opened OBS was to record a video, so everything's turned off right now. Hold on. There we go. That should do it. Oh god. Anyway, I just noticed my hair is moving a little weirdly. I think it's the ponytail up top, so I gotta fix that at some point later as well. I've wanted to try and try out V-Bridger, see how that works, and if that's doable and manageable for my my laptop. Because if so, I might... Well, I'll switch to that because V-Bridger is usually a lot more, or can make your model a lot more expressive. So I don't know, maybe I'll play around with that at some point. Anyway, hello, happy Wednesday. It is February. My God, we're already 1 month into this year, and it feels like everything's gone to shit, as it has been for the past year or so. So that's fun. I mean, year is generous. But I hope everyone's doing well today. Let me get some more water. Should probably do this. If I place my glass of water next to my laptop, then the fan can warm up my water. Smart. I am smart sometimes. There we go. Let me get this real quick. Oh. One moment. One moment. One moment. One moment. One moment. Okay. We are good. We are here. We are back with more Ace Attorney. Objection! Speaking of which, actually, you reminded me. Something I've been wanting to try. Options. I want to try. If I even can. Wait, can I? Wait, can you? Yeah. Voice. Just voice? Is it gonna be just voice? Yes. I'm gonna try and use the Japanese voiceover for a little bit. Because I haven't actually heard anything, or I don't remember hearing any of the Japanese voiceover, and I wanna see how it sounds. While I welcome in, also remember last stream's convo about piracy. That's gonna be very relevant when and if you play Metal Gear Solid. Interesting, interesting. We're gonna swap to Japanese voiceover for a bit so I can see how they sound and if I recognize any of the voices. By which I mean any of the two voices. Continue. Yes. We left off after our jury section, which was real fun. It was really fun, and now we have a new testimony. And I keep forgetting what voice I gave you. I gave you all. Okay, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna put my arm down. There we go. You, I always forget because I always do something different for you. Must be freezing in this courtroom? Apparently so. At least he is. Recognizing VAs or ECTAs is really weird in my opinion. Is it? Like, for you when you recognize someone, or someone who is able to recognize these people? I love recognizing voice actors. Because I think it started especially with playing rhythm games, like rhythm mobile gacha games, because there's a lot of overlap in voice actors. Because, you know, these voice actors are already, like, if you have someone who can absolutely without a doubt sing in one game, you can have them in the other. And even more. So anytime I that's kind of where it started. Also because I feel like rhythm game, at least the ones that I've played, like OnStars, Idler 7, Bandori even as well, I think, is it feels like, and I'm sure this is the case for like, or I know this is the case for many other franchises as well, but that was like my first proper experience with like voice actors who actually are very invested in their game and who play their own game and who are, you know, very present. All things considered, not necessarily community or fandom wise, but just like in the medium. So whenever I play a new game and I try to listen for voices that I recognize, because also, you know, if I hear a voice that I know, that I've heard before, then I'm like, hey, like I tend to automatically like that character more if it's like a voice actor that that voices my favorite characters or something. But I think it's fun. I think it's very fun. I only carried 4 passengers that night. I swear it. But well, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. He fiddled on the fare, he did. And then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much. I tell you, I saw McGillet stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Oh, yes. He stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so. Yes. Council, make use of this. Make sense of this for me, please. The phantom 5th passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend here never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cozenage? Rippo, explain yourself. I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster. The guild fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare? Never knew even Dracula was a racist. It's so cold, and the last run of the day is always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. You're a disgrace, Beppo! A disgrace! And your selfish actions have brought dishonor onto the entire guild. If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week. 10? That's over double! 4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. I've done the other arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. No, that figures. Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please. We've already had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Okay, but there's still the thing about one person seeing the the stabbies happen on the floor and the other on the seat. Absolutely. Buddy. A little backbone. Okay, pressing time. I mean, hey, he could just be drinking water. Officially. If you were to our character, you can charge a standard 4 pence fare. Is that right? Just in case. Impulse to make less on the day to pay. I'm getting chilblains just listening to you. How'd you see the murder? There is a window. There is a where's the carriage? You can't, but like there's a window from where you can see into the carriage. So that would check out. So I give myself back for even keeping the bus running. Sure are. You know what? I appreciate Von Zieg's actually keeping quiet and not, like, interrupting every 5 seconds. And be like, see, you're an idiot. They said this. Obviously, you're wrong, you fucking moron. So you know what? I respect the etiquette at least. Oh wow, that was a strong one. I didn't catch it the first time. Everyone on night paid 5 instead of 4. I paid 5 too. I did. Okay. The so-called discrepancy my learned friend identified was nothing of the sort. Much like the phantom killer you so desperately needed, it's gone. Okay, well, I take it back. Dead and buried. I was just praising you, dude. You know what? Now I'm gonna look that up. The Great Ace Attorney Leonoska. If I know the voice actor. Shimano Hiro. Do I know that guy? That's... Oh, well, that's one version of Dabi. Oh, wait, that... I feel like I might. Is there any, like, character... I haven't watched Demon Slayer. Oh, he is just Dabi. Okay. He's Dabi. He's Lucifer. Okay. Okay, yeah, I know that one. Yes, I know that one. I have heard this voice before. Look, it's the guy on the penny. He did what to him? Wait, what? What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Whoops. Oh. I did not catch that. No matter who is there. Nothing. I didn't actually. My God, you bitch! Were you sitting on the on the bench in front of the glass? Sorry, testified to it. Exactly. That's only one person. That is two. Difference between two witnesses and one. That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw the horrible blade poking up from his belly, all covered in blood. Even when I'm eating. Oh, you poor man. But also, get over it. Whoops. Is that regular hesitation or just a brief moment? He hesitated. Okay, that was intended, or not intended, I guess. Only the two of them had a carriage, wasn't there? As yet, zero evidence. Wait, time for black and white man's guilty. Just Jaws with me. Okay, wait. Let me go over this again. You saw him stabbing his... That's what I said. There was only the two of them inside the carriage. Then what are you wasting this time for? It's black and white. The man's guilty. Okay, so we'll come back to that. Allegedly stabbed the victim, yes. On the okay. Holding the knife with an ice pick. Oh! 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 Wait. I suppose I might have, you know, yes. Okay. I heard a scream. I expect that was Misa. I turned around. I saw it through the skylight. On the floor, the knife was sticking up out of his midriff. And the fellow holding the handle was the famous man. You didn't see the moment either, no. Okay. That's 2 out of 3 who allegedly didn't see it happen. So what's up with you, good sir? Do you have something to say to that, Mr. Fairplay? Now you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. I didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Eh? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer cleverly. Could he have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? Some days are just like that. Well, I suppose some days are like that. Sooner or later, you'll see something you wish you hadn't. If you're always peeping through a skylight on the top of an omnibus. Bus. Peeping. I'm a respectable city banker, I'll have you know. And I know what I saw. I remember it as clear as a Ballarat day. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Okay. Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that, alright. I'll tell you just how grim it was. You think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands? Okay, see here? I'm gonna press this again. Blood-soaked. Well, perhaps soaked is laying it on a little thick, but... all over them. Both of them were covered in it. And there we have it. More grim than a German fairy tale. Fun fact, the Brothers Grimm actually didn't write any of those fairy tales, they just collected them. Here's yep. Pretty good view, and then was not trying to carry the I'm sure of our stuff. Okay, we got it. Whoops. Because if he's saying both hands, that cannot be true. Can't waste this. Some new facts. Careful. Yeah. I got it. Don't worry. I already pressed every single one of them, but nothing happened. We're good. I don't want to miss your flicker of reaction. Yeah, we just got this. Yes, we just got this. We just got it. We have our statement. Nope. This one. Wait. There we go. That's the one. Blood-soaked hands, plural. However... okay. Very fancy sounding objection. Very elegant. Blood-soaked hands. Well, I admit that soaked might be laying it on a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question. Oh, yes, right. And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-colored stain there. But, as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove. Are you eating your cane? In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent. Dum, 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 dum. But no, that can't be right. So you're the liar here then. I love this guy. That's right, you were quite clear about it. You said... Oh, I could... It was both hands. Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth? Oh, jeez, wait, is that? Hold on a moment there, buddy. Is that? I don't know his voice, but I don't know the name, but I think I've heard that voice before. Hold on. The Great Ace Attorney von Zeeks. That's Suda Kenjiro? That's Suda Ken? Oh, based. Oh, that's such a good pick. That's such a great pick. Oh, that's good. It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Whoops, okay, there we go. Yes, it wasn't both hands, it was only one. But the fact remains, the victim's blood was on the accused. No. Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. Citibank, for pity's sake, my word should be the gold stat. Okay, buddy. Sure. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding members of society don't prevaricate? He's claiming to have no reason to lie. Is that really the case? Is it that he was also in debt, or he also had a loan going with Mr. McGilded, and so he wanted that debt written off? If we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, it could turn the tide on this trial completely. There's nothing. I didn't save. It's fine. I'll take that. If only we had some evidence like that. Whew. Mr. Naruhodo, did you see that? He let out an audible sigh of relief. Does that mean there is some evidence that would show why he might lie? I think perhaps we should consult the court record again. From Mr. Fairplay's reaction, I wonder if there's some evidence that we haven't properly examined yet. Yep. My lord, the defense is ready to present evidence. Oh, do we not? Wait. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. What do we have? Autopsy. Debtor's ledger. We have not examined it at all, actually, yes. Yet. All sorts of secrets on London's gentry. Oh dear. Do you really think we ought to look inside? Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. I assure you, we will not find Mr. Sholmes' name inside. Okay, but what if? That'd be funny. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Goodness! What is it? Look at this. Do you see the name here? Bruce Fairplay! Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. Oh, yes, of course, the banker! Why is his name in here? 20 guineas, huh? Repayment, yep. And there's our motive! Just checking if there's anything... Okay, that's okay. Nothing else. Whabam! This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused's extortion. The accused's extortion. Pretty debtors illegible to me? Yeah, he's got a real doctor's handwriting. The point is, among these names of these debtors is your name. Mr. Bruce Fairplay. What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused? No, well, it's barely worthy of being called a debt. Ooh, I think that's a new sprite, right? Very confident. Pumpkin, welcome in. Also, Sam, hope you're both doing well today. Oh, God. According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say? Well, what of it? Let's suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What will become of your debt in that case? Yeah, banker and in debt? Jeez. These documents state that the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, were the creditor, the defendant here, be sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist. Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw? In a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant. Munch, munch, munch. Okay. Yes, by Lord. Let me ask you again. Do you like the judge from this game or from the previous entries more? I like this judge. I like both judges in this game so far because they're a lot more competent than our Aji. I'm not counting the judge's brother. I don't really care much about that guy. As a person, I like Aji. But it is very refreshing to have judges in this game that actually are not led around by the nose and that are not immediately hostile towards the defense and that are more neutral and that actually do their job. And be aware that your answer may have the most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you or did you not see the precise moment in time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? Uh-huh. Your silence speaks volumes. First guy. Yeah. I will differentiate between these judges and ours, and the later generation, or something. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. Why is my dog barking? All right, let's not make a melodrama out of this. Oh. Oh, that's why I didn't hear that anyone was at the door. Hold on. One moment. I am waiting for them to enter the house. Any second now. Any second now. What are they doing out there? What are they yapping about? It? Either get inside or wrap it up. Oh, is it because... Never mind, I think I know why it is. I think because of an acquaintance or my grandma's brother is bringing us some stuff that he doesn't want anymore, so they're probably carrying it inside right now. Anyway. A pinch. But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on Mr. McGilda's hands, both of them. That is definitely a strong... I will say I prefer the Japanese objection because it has more power. It has more power than the English one does. And we're probably gonna switch back to English at some point. I just want to hear some more of the Japanese voiceover, maybe like the next cut after the next cutscene or something. Only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained. So we keep saying because it's true. Oh. Buddy. What do you have to say? Oh god, go ahead. It is kind of quiet though. Yeah, no, I don't want to yell while fucking my relatives are talking like 2 feet from me because our front door is right below my bedroom, and they're just standing there or talking there and yapping. Or do you mean the voiceover, actually? Actually, I just see the game volume might be a little quiet. I am seeing that right now. Let me turn that up. That might be better. That might be better. Yeah, I did just see that the slider was turned down a little. Probably for some other game. Sorry about that. Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself as it happens. Gotta remember, you're British. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant's hands, I think. Yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands, not just one. But, uh-huh, sure do. I would like to know precisely what you did and did not see. Exactly. Yargs. What would you play after the Greatest Attorney? After the Greatest Attorney... I mean, this one's probably gonna take us a little bit, right? Because there's 2 games. We are already in case 3, but I assume that these cases are gonna get longer and longer, as they are wont to do. Actually, I don't know. How long are these 2 games in comparison to the Apollo trilogy? Because then I could have like a rough estimate of how long this is gonna take us. Because number 1 is only 2 games, so I'm assuming maybe like Apollo. I mean, Apollo Justice is very short. Maybe like Apollo Justice and Dual Destinies together length. I don't know. Depends. So those are gonna take us a while anyway. And after that, oh, I'm not sure. Not sure. Not sure if we're gonna have a big series after that so soon, or if we're gonna make do with like some smaller stuff here and there. I do wanna I do wanna stream Tomodachi Live too when it comes out in April. So that's gonna be another it's probably not gonna be like a regular, like it's not a, you know, it's more like a cozy game to play every now and then, but I do wanna fill some slots with that. I don't know, I do have some ideas, like rough ideas. I have some games that I've bought and never played, so I could use that as an excuse. I still have not played the AI Somnium Files, the Nirvana one. The sequel? I think sequel. So that's one. We have our usual, the gotchas. So, we'll see. But that's not gonna be for a while. This is good news. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last. I might finally have a chance to turn things around here. Okay, now I'm just mixing the 2. It's fine. Hold on. I need more water. Gotta get me a bottle of water. Gluck, 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 gluck. Hold on. 1 second. One moment. Do this. And do this. Okay. He got the W stash? He sure does. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. Yeah, I think it would! I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attackers' hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, no, not until I heard that scream. Anyway, the fact remains there can't have been anyone else inside that carriage, or we all would have seen. I mean, there's a little compartment there. Well, lo and behold, in truth of fact, not one of you was witness to the crucial moment the crime was perpetrated. Thank you. Honestly, what? There was no one else inside and the man's hands were covered in blood. But we just established he was wearing fucking gloves. That's really not what testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witness's accounts. In other words, there is no substantial or significant change in the facts of the case. Very well, your cross-examination, please, counsel. Okay. Blood on both hands of the assailant. Told us otherwise. Also defendant in court. Yes. Nevertheless, I know what I saw and I stand by it. I find even in the face of hard evidence, steadily through feeling. But why? Huh? One hand or two, the salient point remains unchanged. Minutes after the grim crime, the victim's blood dripped guiltily from the accused's fingers. Didn't see. Yes, that sure as hell matters a fucking lot. Yep. We all know no one else could have done it. Trying to save us all some time. Well, you're a fucking idiot! You got a motive if nothing else. Nova, thank you for the hydrate. How you do? Whoops, how you doing? Blaze, welcome in as well. Fundy should get pile drived. He's annoying as fuck. I mean, he's annoying, but it's fine. Listen, that's just the prosecutor staple, I guess. There's only ever been one prosecutor who has not immediately treated us with hostility, and that's why he's the best. Shout out Clavier Gavin. I'm sure the defendant was found guilty. That's not entirely not what I was hoping. Okay, so double negative. So it was. I shot a little guinea or 10 when I backed the wrong horse in the derby, that's all. Oh, so he has a so he's like so okay. There it is. He has a gambling addiction. He's like some of you, chat. No one bats an eye if I borrow a little spending money for the weekend. Yep. Proceed to next week. Okay. And I remember seeing both of them. Okay. But on both hands. I mean, I know what you're going to say. Yep. Don't say he wasn't wearing gloves. God damn it! Nora, how you doing? He wasn't wearing. Then where'd the blood come from? And also, shouldn't there be fingerprints? Do we have fingerprint analysis yet? Is that a thing yet? Let me examine this. Part of the sheath, isn't it? Oh, are you alright? Oh. Huh? Oh, sorry. Yes, I just don't really like blades. Oh. Those don't seem like the words of a man with a large katana slung up from his waist. You see, that's not a blade. That's Kazuma's soul. Alright, you sap. Okay, interesting. That's an interesting fear. I mean, understandable one, but... there's a post in Hoyo Lab about Planet Arcadia, so you should watch after this. I shall do. We're gonna do that at the end. Remind me at the end of stream, and we'll get to that. Looks a lot like blood. It surely is blood. The victim's. An Englishman's blood looks a lot like a Japanese man's blood. Did you think it wouldn't? No, you thought it was gonna be like yellow. Sorry, it's just that we've only arrived here in Great Britain. I'm finding it a little hard to adjust. I do understand. Okay, anything else though? Aside from, right, the initial. I'm in homeroom right now, I'm sleepy. Oh no. It's a beautiful guild, must be very valuable, I should think. Look at this M. If you turn it upside down, it becomes a W! This could change everything! This could be Wario's blade! This is one of those, you know, turnabout cases, I'm sure. He said the thing again! I'm afraid I don't know at all, but what I'm sure of is that this is an N. Oh. Well, that he was quickly quashed. W for the W stash that Mr. Fairplay is rocking. Okay. I saw the block. Okay, on both his bare hands. What? Yeah. Bye-bye, Nora! Good luck! The police officer who apprehended the accused on the night in question reported that there was no trace of blood on Mr. Mc... So who do the fucking gloves belong to? Oh, it sure is! Okay, so do we go there then? Oh, I for some reason I thought those were not new those were previous step. Whatever. It didn't seem to raise the step at all. Yes, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Huge even there's something else occurring around twice money. Through skylight. Yep. Yep. Exactly from I did do that. Okay. I'll press the last two statements again. Real quick. You think that turnabout cases are a reference to Kirikuman? Walid, I hate to break it to you, I don't think they are. I didn't see anything. That's to say no, sir, I didn't. Very sorry, I was a... Wouldn't you agree, sir? Oh, were you not? You were driving, or at the very least, you must have enjoyed a good view of London streets, no? Oh, please, you didn't even see that. I would be a little concerned if you didn't, considering you were the one steering that thing. To avoid trouble. Yeah, exactly. Everything saw was through that. The glass wasn't frosted over. That is true. Why were they there? I couldn't enter the cabin. Why not? It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door. Huh. Hey, it's a public bus service, for pity's sake. That's not what I call fair play. Exactly the same experience. I tried knocking with the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below. Okay. If there was anyone else at all in that cabin, I would have noticed. Not necessarily. Ooh! Skylight. Might not have been able to. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You are riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight on the floor in the upper deck, is that right? That's right, yes. In that case, there is a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you. Uh-huh. One side. Obviously, at this stage, we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied that at the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. You will identify the area on this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Well, right here. Right here. Both rows of seats on the roofs face in the direction of travel, whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other, which means the visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight, is as I've drawn here. That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it. It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. You Nipponese have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with Shut the fuck up. They say my lord in the fan. I mean, oh, interesting. I mean, it's not that different. You know, it's just different spelling. I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude. Well, whoever the gloves belong to, and the knife. Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses? I don't even know which one is the right here. The right one here, because we have no identity, I think. We have no identity. What if I say I have no idea? Oh, what? Go on. This isn't just a case of going on, Miss Susato. Buddy, you better watch what you say. She will throw you in a court of law. She will throw you over that bench where you stand. So strange, we have the 3 goddamn students on the witness stand. For a name. Yeah, you pour yourself your glass and I will take a sip of my water. You are a fool. No, I am a lawyer. That response was a desperate attempt by a man with no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learned. Still to name the passenger on the other seat. Smack! Okay. The person occupying... Oh, we're actually supposed to point someone out. The person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view... It was male Strongheart. I mean, we only have these people, and these two were upstairs. This one was driving, this one's dead. I mean, it can only be McGilded then. Because the killer was sitting where they claimed he was. Okay, Walid, listen. We've had worse. We've absolutely had worse. Probably. I don't remember. There's probably someone worse in Big Top or something. We have Lotta. And I'd argue she's more annoying than these three, even though I like Lotta. The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded. Uh-huh. What are you talking about, Counsel? Lonnie! I didn't see you before. Welcome in. How you doing? What's the name of the defendant? What is with this man and his violent urges? Maybe you and Sholmes should meet up for some sparring sessions. If you both have suppressed violent urges that you need to let out somewhere. First, he just crushes it in his hands and then he just throws it. This guy's fun. Why are we shooting on the defendant? Quite the opposite. We are trying to prove that it wasn't him. Basically, TLDR is we're saying because our witnesses are all dumb, dumber, and dumbest, and we're basically trying to prove that there was someone sitting besides the victim, the one, you know, the culprit, and McGilded was sitting on the other side, on the other opposite seats, which from the rooftop you can't see. So when they say there could only have been two people in that carriage, they only saw two people, but there could have been one or two more, theoretically. Or Queen from Deltarune. Honestly, yeah, sure. I'm sure that candle holder deserved it, yeah. Maybe he burned his cape on it at some point. Okay. If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hollow chalice, do forgive that. I love how he still apologizes. He throws shit around and he's like, oh, please pardon my outburst. I do dearly apologize. I will pay for reparations if need be. What fun Zeeks? Ah, this guy's fun. Oh god. People talk of these tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own. Uh-huh. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say? Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might... Okay, see? The Nipponese was one thing. That's just, you know, very... now we're getting into the real racism. Now we're expanding. We are leveling up. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It's the very premise on which this case is built. Well, maybe we gotta rebuild it. But that premise may be wrong. What? Yeah, this is where the competitive racism really kicks in. If the victim was really sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way. What inconsistency, counsel? The defendant's gloves, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claim that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim. Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains. The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance. They both adamantly answer that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct and their testimony reveals the truth. See, we believe you if you actually tell the fucking truth. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night. That's where the sentence ends. A third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands, both of them. And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit. Extraordinary. Order! What exactly are you postulating? The defense's postulation is just that. Nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated they saw the accused. But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes. The tops of their hats were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them though. Did you see a neck? Could you see a neck? Yes, that's right. Those gents were most certainly hatted. I just do tend to notice such things, sir. And what particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First? I'm afraid I don't remember. You call yourself a hatter? The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin. How can you be sure? Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. McGilded, would undoubtedly have offered to depose the fact. Well, he just said that he was asleep, though. Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed even to notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin in which he traveled. Well, yeah, if they were either hiding or got on later after he fell asleep. Why not have him testify? If there was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus, it's inconceivable that Mr. McGilded would have been unaware of it. There is clearly a simple solution to this problem. There we go. Well, what say you, counsel? The prosecution objects Oh, really? On what grounds? As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police. But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely? Magnus McGilded is no uneducated ruffian. If it indeed turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been the most deliberate act. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion? My lord? Should we ask Mr. McGill to testify or not? I can't get the words out. I understand, Mr. Naruhodo. The idea that Mr. McGilded may be hiding something must be playing on your mind. The truth could be far more disturbing than we realized. That's all the more reason why there's only one course of action here. To believe in my client! That's the true Naruhodo way! Whenever I'm not sure what to do, I feel like I can hear him guiding me. God, you're so gay. Okay. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilded to the stand. In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury. Yes, I've a little time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say. Get the man out here, I say! It'd be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony. Wow, they're all on our side for once! Okay! Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say? Oh yes, that would be lovely. Yes, the jury says the man must be heard. Very well, the court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stands at once. I love Funzeeks just being outvoted by a mile. Maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. Let proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse of the day? To be sure I have, my lord. There are now two matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party within you in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. The second... Mommy, can I have a Ryunosuke too? We have Ryunosuke at home, honey. Is there such a person was indeed present? Why did you conceal that fact from the police? Hey, God, no! It is not in my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell you all, or do I keep my mouth shut? Tell us what? That's just McGilded's music. It's just very jolly. The fine fella representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage on the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger. It's true. Hey, it was me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. You... what? So it's gotta be like... huh? He looks like if Willy Wonka and Reigen Arataka did the fusion dance with a fae. Somehow... I kind of know exactly what you mean. I kind of get it, yeah. No, Magnus McGilded, that convenient excuse can't save you now. I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord Funzeeks. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I say nothing when I was taken by the police. I do hope we have a very good reason, I assure you. Which was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and not in any way involved, you say. The child, you say? If the police had known the wee was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. Well, yeah, I mean, she already saw it. And who was this young child of whom you speak? That I don't know. You don't know? Very well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since. We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statements to be disregarded by the court. Well, then we have pretty much nothing, do we? You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. Huh? What? What? Someone's like, what? I can't see anything wrong with this, but what is happening? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call an emergency recess. Ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. Huh? We are hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. Amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. And there's our to be continued. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. As Matilda assisted to a murder, did I misunderstand? Not necessarily assuming the alleged child was the one who committed the murder, he would have been an accomplice, yes. In some way, shape, or form, whether knowingly or not, I guess. Okay, well, I say we are gonna take a little break here. And we will continue this in 10 to 15 minutes. And we're back. One moment. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Fun news! Fun news! We now have an air fryer. Because, my grandma's brother's girlfriend, apparently, like, wanted to toss, like, I don't have the exact details, but my grandma's brother and her girlfriend want to get rid of a lot of their, like, electrical devices for some reason, or she wants to get rid of a lot of, like, stuff she bought, like cooking appliances, and she at first wanted to toss them away, even though some of them are, like, pretty much, like, very much still usable and almost new. So he came up to us and was like, hey, do you guys want these? So now we have an air fryer, we have another coffee machine, we have a like some kind of, like, cutting machine that you can use to, like, cut stuff up, to slice stuff or whatever. I haven't really taken much of a look at it. Apparently there's still more. Like, I think the only, like, major appliances that we still need are a rice cooker and one of those noodle, like the machines you use to, like, make noodles, you know, that, like, thin out the dough and cut it. So yeah. we have a lot of different cooking appliances now. And funnily enough, my Greta and I we talked about getting an air fryer, like, a couple of weeks ago. So that came in real handy. We had one at some point, but it was, like, a very cheap one, and my granddad used it once, and to, like, try and make fries, and they just didn't come out very well, so he was like, fuck that. But this one is, like, a lot more, seems a lot more high quality, so. I heard there's also a cheese toasty prep. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, I can't wait to try it, because, like, this one it's definitely a little, like, was probably more expensive. Like, it has, like, different modes and stuff as well. You know, you can defrost, you can bake, you can dehydrate, you can roast or fry. A lot of different stuff. I don't even know. I never really understood, like, how that works. You know, like, how an air fryer works. But hey, I'm excited to find out. I'll once we get the thing like all cleaned up, because it's just been standing around and then collecting dust and stuff. I'm excited to try stuff out and see how that goes. Would you like a somewhat servable explanation? Honestly, yeah, sure. Sure. Let me get some mortar. I wonder if I can make, because I think like if there's some recipes that I want to try out that are intended to be made with like just a regular, you know, fryer, like frying in oil. I wonder if those also would also work in an air fryer, you know. So I'm looking forward to trying that out, because that also makes things easier, because the air fryer we can just have in our house, like our regular, like the oil one, we have outside in our garage, and it's kind of a hassle to like use that, like go out and use it every time. I'm sure you can. I'm sure it's not like a one-to-one. You can just use anything in one or the other, but you get the air hot, you have a little bit of oil, the air fryer then moves the air around and works close enough to how a deep fry works. Interesting. Interesting. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, we'll try it out. And hey, apparently you can also bake with this stuff. So if nothing, like, we'll have some use for it. You can defrost stuff faster. That'll also be very helpful. Air fryer gets the air hot and moves it, but yeah, something like that. So words can work with it as a small oven. That's kind of what I always imagined. Yeah. I shall see. We shall try it out. My granddad's gonna see if it works with fries. Last time it didn't, but yeah, of course. Like, no, I am gonna, even if my granddad doesn't, I'm gonna make sure to, just in case, like, read the manual in case there's any, like, little things that might not be as obvious at first glance. This one's more on the obvious side. But, yeah. Anyway, speaking of heat, there was a fire. What on earth just happened in there? Allegedly. Mr. Naruhodo, I've managed to find out what happened. That smoke was very, very bright for being fire smoke. I was gonna say, because smoke from fire is usually, like, darker. I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade. A type of exploding device that releases smoke. A smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of thing ninjas use. They're just making sure everyone is safe now. Everything is safe now. Fuck the people. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Why? Oh, yeah. It's a young girl of around 15, I hear. Oh, was she trying to save him? Could it be the other passenger that Mr. McGilded was just talking about? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, speaking of Mr. McGilded, actually. There are so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer some questions. Along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Oh. According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. Now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers. Yep. Which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She was hiding in there. That is strange. Counsel for the defense! Kindly proceed to the courtroom! Trial will commence in 5 minutes! Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Mr. Tuttle. Everyone alive? Oh, there she is. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilded, look. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Von Zeeks. My lord. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which veiled proceedings earlier. Blaziken, how you doing? Hope you're doing well today as well. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. Good gracious, the army! What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught, and now occupies the stand. Are you responsible for the smoke grenade in which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? Elbows deep and deep cleaning the house right now, so I'll probably be lurking, but I hope the stream goes well. Hell yeah, and good luck to you with cleaning. She is not speaking. What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? If I may, my lord. Yes, Mr. McGilded. I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Why it is that this wheel was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that. It is all tied up with the events of that night, so it is. Very well, I'll give your testimony. You'll explain to the court why exactly this young woman is involved in the case, or how, whatever. Just what did happen that night? It's not like the defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Witness testimony. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, begorra, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor beneath at me feet, so I set him up on the street across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. So did she not want to be found out? I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus, is that correct? Just exactly as the defense counsel said. Miss Lars was the 5th passenger, my lord. Okay. Are you ready? Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. My favorite Dianoska face. What are you thinking, sir? What are you thinking? Okay. Time to press. Mata! Other person's already seated or on board. Okay. So it was just him. That's why I took the backside as I did. Most comfortable. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? Right. Uh-huh. A loud scream. And a loud thud. Loud thud and a wee scream. That Naruto phase happens when Inosuke understands everything or nothing at all, and no in between. Can I explain it? She was like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. Do you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason's getting stabbed? Wouldn't like to say. When the sound woke me, I opened my eyes. There wasn't a soul to be seen, but the fella on the floor. Yeah. No, because they were empty. From inside the cabin. Huh. Whoops. I sat him up. Don't see if I've already gone. Huh. That I'm saying, Ada. Assuming he was dead there. I mean, why would he? I mean, that assuming, yeah. Huh. Any upsetting member of Lone Society, that is. Maybe he already knew she had killed someone and he was trying to have himself in a special line of business. Not everyone is I do try to avoid getting myself entangled with trouble. So you were. I don't mind to find out the whys and where of. Okay. Okay. Right. These statements aren't gonna get us anything, but just in case. As far as I could see. She's a queer thing, the wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from a queer little girl. Here's one expression. Under me backside. Right. So she was hiding in there. There was a wee cubby hole there for storage. Yes. Ooh, we've examined that already. We know. Okay. She was hiding herself. Hard seen them down, but she was well curled up in a wee ball. When our eyes met, my heart nearly stopped beating in my chest. I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag with her. Right. A little, Uh-huh. I heard another oh, okay, the people up top. Yep. Queer and woke? Damn, didn't know Ace Attorney was based like that. Who am I kidding? This is woke central. This is a world where a cisgender heterosexual man has to apologize for not being into men. Not to infect you at all. Yep. Okay. Oh god, my nose. Ah. Oh god. Ooh. Somewhat diminutive in stature, and really confused perhaps with this young girl. I mean that's a Sounds wrong and pulled up the horses. Okay, so we had no. Okay, so we only had things to press. Oh, I think YouTube is fucking you over. by. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, that's 4 in a row. On my end. No, that's just my end. What is happening? Castle Labs, what are you doing? Also, where did my chat go? Chat has been gone for a while. You seen that? You seeing that? Can I refresh? Can I refresh that? Maybe. Does that help? Okay, well. It really wanted your point to be heard, Lenny, or your reaction to be seen. At least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl? Her name is Gina Listra. Gina Lestrade. What is the pun here? What is the pun? What is the pun? Lestrade? That could be the case. She's a chancer. Earns a crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. Oh, she's a thief. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here, the petty thief. Hey, juror number 3, surely you're on board with this, right? As long as she's only robbing the rich? Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Lestrade? Fuck it, I'm going with this. Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. I'm sorry? How dare you? What is the meaning of this? And off she goes. And she's gone. Open your eyes. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Okay, that's a vibe. But also she allegedly killed a destitute man? Sure. But I mean, what if... he was an asshole? But he was also broke, so I guess that could cancel out. Isn't attacking a judge turbo illegal? Yeah, you'd think. What voice do I give you? And over here. That's not, I'll figure it out. What's the point in that little sidestep? Okay, she's a bit more peppy. A bit more oomph. But I can't make it too similar to the other 2 female voices that I have already. 3. I know what you're thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little diaper you diaper? This dirty little diaper you say? Slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself back into a corner. So she knifed the gent. Come on, that's what's in your heads, ain't it? No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine... Oh, green this time. No reaction. Did she have a little cat mouth? She has a little cat mouth. Look at that. That's cute. Are you familiar with Sherlock Holmes stories? Have you read? I have never read a single Sherlock Holmes story. I know there's a lot of references in here that will just fly over my head. Is she the butler? She could be. Also, I like that coin animation. Look, knives for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, alright. Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess. You don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs? Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day. Down where they keep the 4-wheel drags. Nice, isn't it? I like the pink vest. You do not wave that thing in my direction again. Oh, another glass that will inevitably be smashed to pieces. You admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question. It's all right, lass. You can tell the truth now. Alright, yeah, just like the Irishman said. The court accepts this girl, Miss G. Lestrade. I thought he was gonna say I was gonna say, the court accepts this girl as evidence. As a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony, if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus that night in question. Right, if I have to. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. Listen, whatever exact accent she's doing, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for it. Be trouble with that night. I'll tell you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then after a while, I heard this loud bang. Nearly jumped out of my skin, I did, and the scream just came out. Because of that swell found me. He did help me get away, and that mind, my God. Here you go. I fail to understand why you would let the street urchin go, Mr. McGilded. No, just simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. Oh. As I'm sure I said before, sir. I mean, yeah, she was underneath him. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. Gia's name is a reference from Holmes, not a pun. I see. This is where I was sat that night. Oh yeah, don't you pull the seats up? Oh Right, the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume. Yeah, you pull it up. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. So there are 4 people in there? It does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. Hey, but of course, the wee lass was stuck in there. Because I had parked myself on the seat for the duration. So you see, that's why I let the lost boat. I knew that if the police had found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't even myself if her young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Resulting in your innocence being called into question. Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt to my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. What a perfect gentleman. This is a fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. Hey, you know what? These people may jump to conclusions, like all the time, but at least they jump both ways. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Well? Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning for a verdict of not guilty. Wow. Is that a good or bad thing when then that they can be somewhat easily swayed? Oh, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. But at least at least they swing both ways. Well, in regards to their judgments. It'd be worse if they were just much easier to declare someone guilty than not. See, you would think that technically we have just won this. However, considering that Mr. Van Zieks has not spoken in a while, I presume that we are in for a jolly old bit of bullshittery. On the other hand, I would like... Does mean what? And we're victorious! We've won? Are you sure? There we go. There it is. Whoo! Alright, I have seen this motion before. Slay! That is so hot. I've seen the leg kick so many times, and it is amazing. If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offense, pray do forget. I love how, like, he does these things, and still he apologizes every single time. It makes it so much more funny. But also, do you see how high he lifted that leg? This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. Oh. Okay, hold on. This is gonna come back to kick us to kick us in the ass. But where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules it. You know what? That's actually very fair. The witness's latest statement gives us clear insight into his true nature. Okay, well. Who's the one arguing with emotions right now? I'll let you cook for now. Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. That's fair. That is fair, actually. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. She could have just hidden in there, if it was big enough. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGillicud's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. I mean, hey, it is a fair point. How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been effected, counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. That is true. We checked that ourselves. Well, my Nepalese friend... Huh? Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail, as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the under-seat compartment to be? Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead, you tell the court now, fella. Now, this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate look. See, I would love to agree with you here, good sir. However... Yeah, listen, like, I was on board with Von Zieks the moment he said that people were ruling with emotions, because these two very much ruled with emotions, don't get me wrong. I was on board with that from the start. And I've called bullshit on the jury before. I just rather that they easily be swayed both directions than only one. Well, counsel, do you have something to say to this matter? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? I mean, it wasn't empty. But I do wonder if any of this matters. I don't think it will. If I say I didn't look, we're gonna get called stupid by Von Zieks. If I say it was empty, we can just look in the carriage right now and see it's not. If I say it wasn't empty, then we just continue. I kinda wanna see what Von Zieks has to say if I say I didn't look. This is the boring one. And I don't care enough to go back and... You know what? Sure, why not? It's been a while. Why not save scum and just see what we get? Yes, I'm fairly sure it was empty. But what else can I say? As I suspected. It seems, my lord, that this Eastern initiate has the scruples of a by-street wine merchant. Mr. Naruhodo. Perfect. Just why the fella is representing me after all. He knows just what to say, does he not? Well, now it would seem the argument is moot. And the truth of the matter is there for you all to see, after all. That there cubby all under the seat is empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Wait, do we actually, like... Why do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury to weigh in. Okay, wait, hold on. What are we doing here? Designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. Should be properly and fully equipped at all times. Uh-huh. Wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Ever isn't that irresponsible. Oh, and there we go. I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, a lot of them. What? Oh no. It's a trick, of course it's a trick. Where's your knife? Okay, so they're just all gonna weigh in either way. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna assume this happens either way, so I want to... Right? I'm gonna assume this happens either way. So I just wanna go back and see if Funzies calls me stupid if I say I didn't look. Sorry. I'm a failure. I didn't look. What am I doing here? Just throw me out. But I couldn't lie and pretend that I had. Well, I mean, you did. Perhaps I accredited you with too much intelligence. It seems, my lord, this Eastern initiate is as unreliable as wine from the barrel. Okay. Okay, same thing. Okay, we got 1, 2. Same thing. Okay, now we continue. Quite so. I must concur here. And all back to guilty we go. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. You've said that like 3 times, madam. But every time a different truth, it seems. Okay, well, okay, it was only 3. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. Okay. So, today might be a bit of a shorter stream because I can already feel my energy fading. Before we end stream, we are going to have a look at that Hoyo outpost. Which I'm gonna assume that they linked it on their Twitter. So we're gonna... Nope, hold on. We are gonna go back to title. Oh god. Save? Yeah. Okay, yeah, there's the link. I'm gonna just in case I turn this into a post or anything, or a short, I'm gonna close the game so we have no music. And I love that the second the blue check mark comes off, Honkai Star Rail Twitter is back to being a silly goober. Look at them. Look at them go. Anyway, we have another tidbit of new information about Plan Arcadia. Or Plain Arcadia, as I think it's pronounced, but I think if it's supposed to be like Planet and Arcadia, then Plan Arcadia would make more sense. Whatever. Is this the one? Is this the one? I would assume this is the one, right? That's the Myriad Celestia. Special program. Okay. I love it when players say, huh? On AHA's grand stage, so come and play. Pre-register for Phantasmoon Games and enjoy a life of elation. 3, 6, no, okay, hold on. 3, 6, 9, 10. What is 10? Hold on. 6 is a million. That's a... Is that... Would it be 9? No. 99? No. Hold on. My math... That many numbers is breaking my brain, especially because if I recall correctly, 1 billion in English is called something else. It's like million, like a milliarde in German, if I recall correctly. So that's also very confusing. It's a lot of numbers. That's more than 9 million, is it? Billion. Yeah, it's billion. Million would be 7. 9 billion. 9 billion, 999,999,999. Jesus Christ. Phantasmoon Games. 3D plus 2D, strategy, holographic immersion, PvP, having fun, MMORPG, ultra high freedom, battle royale, pre-registration, now open. I love it when players say it. Oh. Insert the cat. The Phantasmoon waxes full once more. Plan Arcadia's classic IP, Phantasmoon Games, drops at its latest sequel. This time around, what kind of thrills will catch AHA's eye? Million is so last year. In Spain, we use the long scale, so a billion is a million. A billion is a million as opposed to 1,000. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do that too. I'm pretty sure we do that too. Because after a million, which in German is Millionen, comes Milliarde. Which is different than, which in English would be a billion. And I think that's true in like a lot of other European countries as well, if I recall. Pretty sure at least it's that way in French. Oh hey, we meet again. You interested in Phantasmoon Games too? How'd you know I got beta access? Let's go, I'll show you the ropes if you're lost. Who asked you? Can I make it a little bigger? Nope, because that just makes the actual image smaller. Okay, I guess that's the biggest we got. Can I not remove this? Can I not remove this somehow, this whole section? No, I guess not. Okay. AHA's Ionic game. I only learned till 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 is a 1,000 with a D. Crafted by the divine game producer AHA themselves. In Plan Arcadia, intelligent beings born from humanity's acts of fiction are called imaginae. They exist through the power of people's imagination and attention. Wish power. Okay. Legend has it that Aha painted a phantasmoon across the sky, making it the first Imagine. 8 morning actors then presented stories so shocking and extraordinary to the phantasmoon, hoping to gain an audience with the Aeon. Since then, whenever the phantasmoon waxes full, the divine ceremony known as the Phantasmoon Games begins. Okay. Start with a mask, steal an Aeon's authority. The 8 players who claim a mask in the preliminaries officially enter the game as supplicants, so participants. Once worn, a mask binds to its supplicant, taking the shape of their soul and amplifying their inherent abilities. Interesting. So is that how it works for the masked fools as well? That their masks are essentially, I mean, we know that number one, they enhance their powers, right? They're like they make them stronger, but also taking the shape of their soul. Once they've joined the game, supplicants typically announce they've claimed the mask to draw public attention, then ride that wave of wish power from the crowd to pull off some jaw-dropping feat in return. During the game, the supplicants' actions are free from any interference. Go wild with your flashiest moves to wow the crowd and rack up that wish power to catch the Aeon's eye. I guess, yeah, temporary masked fools. The supplicant who rises above all will receive the blessing of elation, earning a chance to meet Aha face to face. Aha will then listen to the victor's wish and share their authority for 1 minute. To put it in terms you understand, Imagine animated characters brought to life, competing for wish power, chasing clout, masks, entry tickets. Got it? A beloved gaming IP that's been going strong for multiple Amber eras. Ever since the Phantasmoon games were first established, the cycles mention, have varied anywhere from 30 to 50 years, and whenever the Phantasmoon waxes full, people welcome the glorious season of wild revelry and spirited competition. Some ascended to legendary status here, others spectacularly crashed and burned, but most walked away with enough laughs to last till the next cosmic era. It's a timeless masterpiece that's part of every player's nature, an evergreen land that's watched generations grow up. That's some pretty water graphics. Okay. It's true that the glow lasts for ages, but what's weird this time is that the Phantasmoon waxed full after just 15 years. Oh. What would you do if you got Aha's power for 1 minute? I mean, what power does Aha have is the real question, right? What can Aha do? Permanence never dies. The bigger the stage, the wilder the crowd. A lot of this does give a little bit of like Penacony vibes, right? Absolutely. Also, what is that? Is that something in the moon? Crash into the moon? Do you see that? Or is that a piece of like just like a hole in the moon? Can turn her warmer to an emanator? Yeah, but I mean, that's like something that any Aeon can do. I'm talking like, what can they change specifically, you know? The real laugh would be if everyone fought in this to get the power of an Aeon and it just turns out that Aha has jack shit in terms of power. Yeah, dude, imagine like Aha. I mean, okay, but like that's the idea, right? Like, what can Aha do? They can give power, like, realistically, all I imagine that Aha would be able to do is to turn people insane. What else can they do? Like, most Aeons at least have some sort of, like, what do you call that? Like, more steadfast identity, I guess. Like, Yaoshe can you know, cause populations to overflow and die out of abundance. I mean, Lan is just like locking the fuck in and is just has a one-track mind, sort of, and it's just like raw like strength essentially. Akivili is connecting the cosmos, or was, or is, I don't know, depending on whether or not we're Akivili. Fucking Klipoth has their hammer that they swing, and their walls and the whatnot. You know, like, what does Aha have besides haha funny? Like, at most, I would imagine that they can just turn people insane. You know, like make them think that everything's so so funny and so full of whimsy and whatnot. Like essentially like positive do you call it positive nihilism? They have a bouncing ball that can kill gods. I mean, I don't know. The bigger the stage, the wilder the crowd. To attract wish power, supplicants pull out all the stops. Forging a colossal sword that can cleave mountains is the honest approach. Spreading spine-chilling urban legends is the clever shortcut, and turning an entire snowy mountain into jelly, well, that's just practicing elation. Forging a colossal sword that can cleave mountains, gossiping, and turning a snowy mountain into jelly. I'm gonna try to remember those because those seem very specific. Okay. Oh, can we see a close-up of the NPCs here? The absurd story of those victors who met the Aeon are the stuff of legend. One victor simply wanted to catch a glimpse of Aha and had zero interest in any divine authority. Another tried to kill the Aeon of Elation and ended up offing themselves in that 1 minute. Oh. Someone rented out their divine power to grant wishes for others, making babies randomly tie their hair and cockroaches snore. And one person had no idea what to do with the power at all, just said whatever and threw the whole Arcadia into chaos. This is very Sambo coded. This is more kind of Sambo coded. This low-key, no, the first one, kind of Sparkle coded, assuming we go by characters that we've already met. Of course, if you wish to leave behind a feat that'll capture cosmic attention, the authority of Elation can make it happen. Historical records tell of a victor who once captured the entire Arcadia within a single painting. There are also rumors that the mass loss of memory-related information is connected to the Phantasmoon games. Interesting. They have the power to cure anything because laughter is the best medicine. See, the thing is, I'm not saying that Aha is weak. I don't think Aha is weak at all. I just don't know what you could do. Like, to what extent their power goes. I imagine this, the guy said I want to kill Aha, and Aha just pulled an Uno reverse card and said, alright, but now you're... Honestly, that's kind of what I imagine. Because in that 1 minute, if you say that you want to kill Aha, or you want to kill the Elation, you are the Elation in that 1 minute. What if I used Aha's power to make Sunday a Path Strider of Elation instead of Harmony? I mean... What if the Elation can manifest 5-star Sampo? And give him anniversary main push treatment? What if it can do that? I'll be on board with that. It's all marketing tactics. Half truth, half hype. You didn't actually buy into it, did you? They're dropping a promo video soon, so we'll just have to wait and see. Are they? A cosmic clash of chaos. The International Peace Corporation, Nast Fools, the Xianzhou Alliance, Stellaron Hunters, and the question. Is that supposed to be like someone else, maybe? And the Astral Express, the crew that saved the universe not too long ago. They'll be making an appearance in the game. Wait, what? We never said we were going. Can you really resist joining in on a cosmic level entertainment? Express meeting! Tune in today. This time around, who will claim the title of supplicant and who will become the new Eon of the Laughter? See you in Plan Arcadia. Random note, by the way, now that I'm seeing the cards, any of you guys notice that the cards in the Myriad Celestia trailer that Aha / Asap Pramad, one of the two, if not both, are holding are also the same cards that Sambo is holding in that one split screen, in that one little screen we saw of him. I'm pretty sure those are the same cards that he's holding. And also, did you notice that like a lot of like Sambo's manner of speech seems to resemble the way Aha speaks, at least their simulated manner of speech? Just a random little thing. What if I used Aha Aspire to make a 5-star Sambo trailer, but never make it happen, and it turns out to be Aha in disguise? I mean, there have been theories that Sambo could be Aha, or that Aha could be Sambo, or at the very least they have a strong relation in some way, shape, or form, and that is very fascinating. Maybe it's similar to like Fuli and the children of Anasrava. Maybe Aha pulled a Xandar and split themselves into fragments. Who knows? Who knows? But it's very interesting. But I guess that is it, right? That should be it. All right. Yeah. With that, I shall bid you farewell. We'll be back on Friday, because Friday is finally the day. It is finally time for the 4.0 live stream. I am so excited. It is going to be earlier than usual. I think it's 12:30 my time. Wait, is it? No, when is the live stream my time again? I'm currently in +1, I think. So it'll be 12:30 my time. So like 11:30-ish UTC. Have you ever thought that Trailblazer may have used their finality power to change the past, but we never noticed? I mean, possibly. Possibly. Yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to jinx myself, so I'm not gonna say it. Anyway, I thank you all for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Consider following the Blue Sky, the Twitch, the Twitter, the YouTube. If you like anime reactions, consider checking out the Patreon, where we just started a new series. Due to circumstances I elaborated on in a post on Patreon, we are dropping Lord of the Flies and replacing it with Medalist. One that I've been looking forward to for a while, and I'm a couple episodes in right now, and I'm loving it. I also want to start uploading shorts about for the anime reactions soon. So I'll be getting to that as well soon. But other than that, I wish you all a lovely rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. Stay safe. Take care. Oh, also, if you do want to check it out, first 3 episodes of any show that we start on Patreon are always going to be free. Anyway, I wish you all a lovely rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. Stay safe, take care, and I may see you again on Friday for elating times. For the elation, for laughter and chaos and shenanigans. Bye bye.